the first Aviator I believe we've had on the show. Definitely the first time we've had the 45mm Aviator. This is a very classic military styling on this one. This is actually just referred to as the 45mm Aviator, thus because of the size of the case is 45mm. Back when these first came out, because this case has been out a while, this was actually really would have been considered a very big watch. Not necessarily today is that the case, but back then it was. Now, you know, so it became known as the 45mm Aviator just because it was as big as it is. This one does come with the grade A PVD coating on it, full PVD coating all the way around. This is the 3105 movement, which is a stripped down 3133, the 3133 being the standard bearer of Russian chronograph movements. This is a workhorse of a movement because it is stripped down and very just solid, because it has the, you know, the only thing it has is the sub-dial second hand, which is meant to be reminiscent of a cockpit cockpit instrumentation, and then it has the date between the 4 and 5 o'clock positions. Some of the other specs on this is a 17 joule movement. Obviously this is a manual wind because it's an Aviator. Now again, Aviator is built by the Volmax company in Moscow, Russia. The Aviator line, this watch is actually worn by the Swifts, which is the Russian equivalent of the Thunderbirds. In fact, that uniform you see me wearing in every show where I'm actually where we're doing the intro part, that is an official actual uniform of the Swifts that they wear in their flights. And actually last year when we went to Moscow, I had the opportunity to actually climb into one of those planes and have a wonderful dinner with some of the pilots. They're really amazing guys. What else we got here? We've got 45 by 12 millimeters thick, water resistant to 5 ATM on this puppy, mineral glass, and that actually is on purpose for the military use. The military being that the mineral is more shatter resistant. We've got, of course, is the shock protection movement, as is all Aviator watches, and it is the 21,600 VPH, a daily rate of acceptable rate of 20 seconds lost or 40 seconds gained, and this has about a 42-hour power reserve. Now that's really the main things on this one. I'm trying to think of what else you might want to know about this. Again, 100% made in Moscow, put together in Moscow. This is the 3105 movement made by, I believe MacTime still makes this movement. It used to be a Polyot movement. Most people would still refer to it as a Polyot movement. List price $559. Special is $339. The coupon code is AB45339. Don't forget to put that in. Oh, and this one comes with the signed box by Valentin Volodka, the president of the Volmax company. So that adds a great bit of collectability to the watch right away. Let me show you from this angle. You can see that it has the A on the, I don't know if that'll show up. There's the A on the crown. This is a pull crown, not a screw-in crown. Okay. And white. All those indicators are a bright, almost Duca white. And if you watch the main show, and I may actually splice it in here, I showed what the Superluminova looks like in the dark. So those are the key features. We're going to move on to the next one. Be sure and check out every segment of the special watches. Oh, well, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this with a wrist shot like I normally do, and I'm going to show you the version on the bracelet. And here's your wrist shot of the black PVD on leather. Again, standout design. That's a big watch on the wrist. Nobody's going to miss this one. You're going to get a lot of attention wearing this watch, especially with that black PVD coating. It makes PVD coating. It makes the white really pop out off the wrist. So this is a watch that's going to get attention. If you're looking for subtlety, this is probably not the one for you. Maybe the brand that's in this show would be a little more to your taste. This is a very classic military dial design. An excellent example of the Aviator watch line. Okay, this is the bracelet version, and this will actually come on the bracelet and also with the leather strap. You'll get both with this particular model. Now, really the only difference between this one and the other one we were just looking at, other than the fact that it comes on a bracelet, obviously, as opposed to leather, is that it doesn't have the IP coating. So if you prefer, or the PVD coating, if you prefer the stainless steel, and these are all 316L surgical grade stainless steel, this is a better option for you. This is a list price of $449. The special on here is $299, and that code is AV45299. And it is a single deployant locking clasp, just to show you. And you do have the finer, fine movement, fine adjustment here, so you don't necessarily have to take out links or add links in order to get it to the right wrist size. Very much more of the military / sport style bracelet. I'm going to move on to wrist shots. Okay, here's what this one looks like on the wrist. Now, obviously, I didn't size the bracelet, so it's not going to be a snug fit right here, but it gives you the idea. This is a really standout watch, a very powerful size. Again, I know that 45mm is not necessarily considered that big these days, but to look at it on the wrist, this is going to get attention. This is not a subtle piece. This is going to stand out on your wrist. And I'm going to move on to the leather.